Now we're going to play a little bit of Mortal Kombat 11. The online beta is out there right now. Is it a private beta, Blake? Oh, okay, so you had to order the game or whatever. Okay, so we're going to get a little taste of this. It's incredibly violent, and our friend Andrew, who is here from Edmonton, is going to get up and play it with us. Welcome, Andrew, to the show. How are you, my friend? Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Come and grab a seat. And what brings you into Vancouver?
Well,
Apart from Mortal Kombat 11. It might be a bit loud in the room, Blake.
I'm here with a friend. We drove out from Edmonton.
Yep.
And, okay, let's see here.
Oh, this is the attract mode, so
okay.
you don't have to be good yet. But pretty soon, you got to be really good, because the comment that we get over and over again is the person that's sitting beside me playing the game, not very good.
No, and you know what? You're going to get a lot of those comments. A lot of those.
No, I know. But, okay, so you drove out from Edmonton just...
Yeah, with my friend, just for a road trip with him and his daughters, and it's been great.
Awesome.
I mean, I love Vancouver. It's one of the best places on the planet.
Very cool.
Sure.
And I love Edmonton. I always get out there and visit my family. I was out there last month, and we had a great time.
Right on. Was it super chilly when you were out there last month?
It was crazy cold. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I was. I felt like Cartman when he puts on all of the jackets and everything. I couldn't really move when I was, but it was great. Okay, so let's take a look at Mortal Kombat 11, and you guys know the drill. It's let's play and chat. If you've got any questions for us, same with anybody in the crowd as well. Move. Oh yeah, you want to go into the tower. So go to Conquer.
Conquer. Okay.
Okay, and then you go to Classic Towers.
Classic Towers.
All right, so let's take a look at this incredible looking video game. I've played a little bit of it, and it's beautiful and really gory.
The last time I played a fighting game was in '93
okay.
when the first Mortal Kombat came out.
You'll be fine.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ed Boon and his team is really aware that lots of people haven't played for a while, and they still want to attract all of those people. That's the amazing thing about this franchise, is that it does lose people as people have other interests and go, away from it, but it always is an inclusive game too.
They just keep upping the ante.
Yes.
Like, it gets more and more violent, which, I mean,
yep.
For a lot of people, that's right up their alley.
Totally. I think you got to hit the X button. There you go. Choose your character.
Let's go.
Whichever one you want.
Sure.
And then if you need to pause and look at some of the moves, that's totally acceptable, right? Right, audience? It's all good? Okay. Let's see.
Scarlet splash damage.
JBJ, Blaze, and TFA says Us is a horror film. It's a horror film, but it was a thriller, too. It was hard for me to just put it into a category. Because there was, I don't know, there were many layers to that movie. It was very cool. When will the rumored Shaolin Monks mode of MK11 be announced? I don't know. I can't even remember Shaolin Monks. I know that was. Do you remember that? Was it a mode, or was it the separate game that they made? Yeah. I can't remember that. Johnny Millennium is in the crowd. Oh, you got a question? Johnny, you got a question?
Round one. Fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see the poster. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that's coming up very soon. I didn't see it. Oh my God! Yeah, we're gonna get all of those things. Okay, got a question from Tyfish. Question: have you tried? Oh, I saw you talking about this Battlefield 5 Firestorm yet. It's not a big battle royale. You're not a big battle royale fan, but it's stellar. I have not played Firestorm yet. I've deleted the game off of my hard drive, so I have to download the whole thing and check it out. But I will. I definitely will. I'm working on a couple of Switch reviews, and I am dipping my toes into Sekiro and being abused by that game. I'll have some thoughts on that soon. Also, some thoughts on MLB The Show 19, which is a nice variety. We like to have lots of variety on this show. Are you playing a Scarlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. She has some kind of blood attack.
Come on.
Yeah.
Round two.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if we got any other questions in here. Is Get Out on Crave? Does anybody know if Las Vegas is wanting to find that movie? You got to watch it. I don't think it's on Netflix, but you got to watch that film. It's incredible. Let's see if we got any other things. Oh, we want Manu Bennett on the show again. That would be great. I love that guy. He was super cool. I kept running into him. I'd run into him at the airport, because he'd fly in to shoot, and then I'd run into him at San Diego Comic-Con, and he got onto that Viacom fantasy show, and he was shooting in New Zealand there for a little while there. Okay. I missed that question, Sam 111. Sam I am 111, but that was very good.
Alright, somebody has to help me out. How do you block?
If Ty Fish wants Stephen Amell on the show, we definitely want to get that. Jamie Andrews with E3, 3 months away. What are EPN's plans for E3? Well, we're definitely going to do some events in the space here where we will watch the press conferences, and then we'll do some streaming about all of that stuff. And then we're going to go down to E3 and shoot some interviews like we normally do. So it'll be somewhat similar to what we did last year, but we were in EXP last year, and now we have the VFS Cafe, so it should be pretty fun. And I know Johnny Millennium's going to have some pretty big videos too during E3 week. Yeah, planning for all that. It's crazy E3, right? Now it's Google. And it's it's Apple getting into this, and it's a lot of streaming. Right. Well, E3, Johnny's asking, thanks for the good questions, Johnny Millennium from Happy Console Gamer. E3 was crafted to be a retailer exhibit show at the beginning, right? And then the press made up a chunk of why it was important. And now that the retailer equation is kind of being taken out of there, I mean, they still sell games at Walmart, but we all know that EB Games and GameStop are kind of getting hammered and transitioning to other toys and collectibles and all that stuff. I think that the retail component of video games and the importance of the show to show these titles off to the retailers is kind of shifting away. And also, as we saw with Nintendo Directs, the publishers can really control how these things get messaged. And we saw that EA didn't fare so well with their press conference last year, and I think they're taking a step back this year. But Bethesda's all on board with having their big event, even though they've got a lot of apologies to make, probably about Fallout 76. I think why E3 is important, I've been saying this for a decade, is that the industry needs to collect people to celebrate itself. It needs to kind of show the world that it's an art form. And I think that E3 should be looked at not just as a way to hype and sell games, but to celebrate games in a kind of like a con festival type of way. Kind of like bringing the world together in an event that is very focused around the broadcast output of Hollywood. That's why it makes sense in Los Angeles to kind of show that games matter culturally. And I think if we remove that option, if it just becomes about selling to an audience over and over and over again, and we don't kind of, share that crowd, we're sort of missing the opportunity. And honestly, that's the opportunity that companies like Apple and Google and to some extent what Tommy's doing with Intellivision are all kind of looking at. They want to open the floodgates and let as many people in as possible. It's not about just joining one sort of, I guess Intellivision doesn't quite fit into that, but it's not just about having one piece of hardware to access this stuff. Microsoft, I think, is taking some big strides that way. So I think that E3 is important, but maybe it's more important on a sort of a festival kind of way. With, are we seeing some heavy violence? You got what you got. You got what you came for with Mortal Kombat 11. All right. What can we expect for Friday on EPN? Happy Console Gamer, maybe. I think Johnny's going to be a guest host on the show again very soon. What are you doing on April Fool's Day? You want to come here on April Fool's Day? Okay, cool. All right, so Johnny will be here April 1st, which is cool. We might have another guest on that day as well. But on Friday, we have somebody that Corey might have worked with. Dan Payne is going to be on the show. He's an actor, and he just played King Shark on The Flash. And what was cool is we had David Hayter on here not too long ago, and David Hayter did the voice for King Shark, and this is the actor that actually played the physical version of the character when he becomes human. but he's done tons of other shows. He worked on Smallville as well, but he's got a really long resume, and he did a great job as King Shark, and I'm super psyched to have him on the show and talk about being a working actor in Vancouver and jumping from all of these different projects. So that's going to be a lot of fun on Friday. Question from Ramses the Great. We'll get questions from ancient Egyptian leaders here, which is awesome. Thoughts on the Nintendo Switch Pro? I think we need a little more horsepower out of a new Switch. I don't think that's a bad decision at all. I'm a happy PlayStation 4 Pro owner, and I'm a happy Xbox One X owner. I think that if we can juice the fidelity of these experiences, it's fun to do that, you know? I mean, that's why people upgrade to better graphics cards on PC all the time. I think one of the things holding up the Switch is that we don't get the very best looking fidelity titles, you know, that these developers have worked their butts off to kind of craft like a Red Dead Redemption 2 type of experience. Being ported to the Switch, if you come with better horsepower on a Switch Pro, suddenly that equation is nullified, and we might see titles like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Nintendo Switch, and you know, that's just good for everybody. That gives you know, these developers that have slaved over these incredible games more people, and it gives Nintendo more opportunities to, you know, bring bigger and better video game experiences to their platform. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I also think a lower cost Switch Lite makes sense as well. I know it gets a little bit confusing on the consumer end. It's like, where do I go and what am I being closed off of if I don't get the very best model? But I think it's worked. It's working in the phone industry where Samsung has like 5 different models of their phones out right now, and iPhone's got a bunch. So yeah, I think
have a Samsung.
And you have a Samsung, yeah, but you got to make the choice though, of which one you want to go for. I think the Switch makes sense. Question: when will consoles just become modular and succeed where Steam boxes failed? That's from Sam IM111. Well, Google and Microsoft. So this is going to be the last question, guys. Google and Microsoft and other companies out there are betting on the end of consoles and just being able to access all of this content through smart TVs and phones and all that stuff. But that's a big topic which we will pick up again on a later date. Thank you, Andrew.
It was awesome.
How did he do?
So much.
How did he do? Was he pretty good? Yes? All right. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new rundown for you. And on Friday, we've got Dan Payne in the studio for another episode of VP Live. We shoot it at the VFS Cafe at 390 West Hastings. So please come on down and watch the show live if you can, or watch it right here. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Play forever.